Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video here on the Greg Sports Podcast. Today, I'm going to give you guys my NFL mock draft 3.0. We are, I believe it or not, we're like 2 weeks out from the draft here, guys. Next week, this is mock draft 3. Next week, we'll do mock draft 4. On Thursday, the day of the draft, we'll give you my mock draft 5.0. We will be, as of right now, I'm not sure if I got the day off from work yet. But I will be live Thursday whenever I get home from work. If I have to work, if I don't have to work, I'll be live right at the start. We will be live Friday as well for the draft. So, yeah, that's an update there. Without further ado, let's get into mock draft 3.0. Let's going to start it here. The Bears taking Caleb Williams. He's been the number one consensus overall pick for the Bears, especially after they traded away Justin Fields. I feel like he will be the number one pick. We've had a mock to the Bears past 3 times. No changes there. Next up, the Commanders. We're going to have them taking Jayden Daniels. We had them taking Jayden Daniels in our last mock draft. Speaking of Drake May, we've been hearing rumors. It is the rumor mill season. The rumor mill is hot. A lot of things going on with Drake May. There's been one scout or one GM said if someone drafts Drake May, it's going to cost them their job and whatnot. Jayden Daniels had some rumors come out about him in New England and Washington. I do think, though, Jayden Daniels will end up in Washington. I really like Jayden Daniels. Maybe in the future, he could be better than Caleb Williams. We'll see about that. I really like Jayden Daniels to Washington. I feel like that's a good fit for him. I'm just worried about the hits that he has taken in college. Will he adjust to the NFL? Because some of those hits could take you out, man. But we'll see, man. I really like Jayden Daniels. We'll see. I hope he does good in Washington if that's the case. Patriots. We're giving them Drake May. We talked about the Drake May rumors. I do think Drake May could fall in this class. I really believe it. I wouldn't be surprised if he does. There's been a lot of rumors going around. But we're going to give the Patriots Drake May. We gave him Marvin Harrison last time to change things up. But Drake May, the Patriots, he gets to sit behind Jacoby Brissett, learn under him, and not have to play right away. I don't think that's the case with New England if they take a quarterback. But I like Drake May in New England. Hopefully it works out. But as a Dolphins fan, I hope it doesn't work out. Sorry, Patriot fans. I got to say that. I am a Dolphins fan. So sorry about that. But Drake May in New England, I kind of like it. Yeah. Cardinals. They're going to take Marvin Harrison Jr. Cardinals, rumor going around that they want at least 3 first-round picks to trade down. And judging by that reaction, it tells me that they think the first 3 teams will go quarterback. Marvin Harrison Jr. will be there for them. They're going to take Marvin Harrison Jr., and he's a weapon for Kyler. Kyler lost Marquise Brown this past season, lost DeAndre Hopkins a few seasons ago. He needs a new weapon. Marvin Harrison Jr. is that guy. He was that guy at the Ohio State, just couldn't beat Michigan, unfortunately. Sorry, I had to get that in because Ohio State hasn't beat Michigan. I'm not a Michigan fan, by the way. I just hate Ohio State football. Anyway, it's not about college. Marvin Harrison Jr. to the Cardinals gets Kyler a good weapon there. The Chargers. We've been giving them Brock Bowers, but I've been hearing a lot of rumors about this. Malik Neighbors. We're going to give the Chargers Malik Neighbors this mock draft. Change it up from Brock Bowers. Justin Herbert needs receivers. Mike Williams cut. Keenan Allen traded. They only had Quentin Johnson, who they drafted last year. We're going to give him Malik Neighbors. Been hearing a lot of rumors about Malik Neighbors to there. Malik Neighbors. Been hearing a lot of rumors. There were some things that came out. A lot of red flags apparently came out. Chad Johnson commented, there's a bunch of green flags too. Just go look at the tape. There's been rumors about Malik Neighbors. If he goes to a big city, he's going to struggle there. I don't know, man. It's the rumor mill season. Malik Neighbors to the Chargers. Now, the Chargers, there's been a lot of rumors going on about T. Higgins. T. Higgins, we might as well talk about it now. There's apparently been no conversation with them, T. Higgins and the Bengals, so it seems like he's going to get traded at the draft. If the Chargers maybe wanted to go Brock Bowers here, trade for T. Higgins, there you go, possibly. But we don't know where T. Higgins is going. I expect to trade at the draft, but for right now, the Chargers will be drafting Malik Neighbors in this mock draft. The Giants. A lot of rumors about the Giants. J.J. McCarthy, of course. There's been a rumor about the Giants trading up for a quarterback and that would be Drake May. Drake May is the only quarterback I think they would trade up for. But again, the Giants fans. I know Daniel Jones sucks. I know it. You know it. We all know it. Playing a little devil's advocate has had no O-line, and has no receivers. So if Malik Neighbors is there, turn the card in, but he ain't. We're giving them Joe Alt. Joe Alt, one of the best tackles in this class, according to the media or the analysts. I think he is the best tackle in the class too. But Giants fans, you don't need a quarterback. You do, but you don't. Daniel Jones, I bit my tongue. The Giants, Daniel Jones sucks. I know it. You know it. You should have never paid him $45 million. But you're just gonna release him, trade him, cut him, and lose all that money. Have dead cap. You're gonna go trade up for Drake May, lose assets. At least you get Joe Alt, good tackle to help protect Daniel Jones. He needs some protection. He also needs receivers, but could go Roma Duze there, but we're gonna go Joe Alt, get Daniel Jones protection, as well as Will Levis is gonna get some protection in Fashanu. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Will Levis needs some protection over there. They drafted Peter Skoronski last year, but it all gets started in the trenches, man. That's where the games are won, in the trenches. Peter Skoronski, Oshan Fawanu, I can't pronounce this guy's name. Fashanu gets Will Levis some protection and gets him some good protection there for Mr. Will Levis. The Falcons, Dallas Turner. We've said it many times during these mock drafts. Once the Falcons signed Kirk Cousins, they were out of the quarterback sweepstakes. I felt like once they signed Kirk Cousins, they were going win now mode. In a sense, I feel like they can win the division. Dallas Turner gives them help on the edge. I really like that pick for the Falcons. Roma Duze, we've been giving him to the Bears. I honestly think if a team wants J.J. McCarthy, they're going to have to jump the Vikings. So if the Bears need to trade down, they will. I think this is possibly a trade down spot. But we're going to give him Roma Duze. Consensus around the board, around the league, pretty much, the analysts rather. Just going to give him Roma Duze, give Caleb Williams another receiver. Again, we don't do trades in this mock draft. These mock drafts, the team that has the pick, that's where they pick. No trades. I don't do trades. Trades are too hard to predict and whatnot. And we try to make these fun, man. I like to keep these fun. Trades are just boring to me. But Roma Duze to the Bears there. Next up, Jets fans. By the way, Jets fans been coming at me on Instagram. I commented that they should take an old tackle. Some guy replies saying, "Oh, we got Tyron Smith and Morgan Moses we traded for." Well, let me tell you something. Tyron Smith can't stay healthy. He's up there in age. Morgan Moses is up there in age. And guess what, Jets fans? You don't like it? Too bad. We're giving them at least one guy. They need a tackle. Tyron Smith can't stay healthy. When he goes down, what are you going to do, Jets fans? What are you going to do? Who's going to replace him? I need answers. Morgan Moses goes down. Who are you gonna put in there? Aaron Rodgers coming off an Achilles injury. I understand. But Tyron Smith's up there in age. Morgan Moses is up there in age. When they're both retired, who are you gonna get? I'd like an answer, Jets fans. I need answers from you guys. And anyone saying, "Oh, the Jets need a receiver," yet Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall. And I'm going to show the Jets fans the receivers. Look at these receivers in the second round. Ladd McConkey could be in their second. Troy Franklin, Corey Coleman, Keon Coleman, Ricky Pearsall, Roman Wilson, Corley. He's been getting praised by Steve Smith. Xavier Legette, Polk, Jermaine Burton, Tez Walker, Jalen McMillan, who had a solid year, Malik Washington, who I think is the gem of the class, Johnny Wilson, Brendan Rice, Luke McCaffrey. Fresh even had a good year in college. Cornelius Johnson was even solid. Tyjeed Washington, I probably butchered that. Anthony Gold had a solid college year. Jordan Whittington, Xavier Weaver, Drake Stoops. You get my point. There's plenty of receivers that you can get for A-Rod. Next up, Vikings, pretty obvious. We're going J.J. McCarthy. We've given J.J. McCarthy to the Vikings every mock draft of these videos. I feel like that's their guy. I feel like dating back to last year, that's their guy, man. That's their guy. I don't really got much because we've given them J.J. McCarthy. If a team wants J.J. McCarthy, they're going to have to jump the Minnesota Vikings. They have to drop the Minnesota Vikings to get J.J. So J.J. to the Vikings. Next up, Broncos. We're giving them Teron Arnold. By the way, I'm bad at pronouncing names. So if I butcher any of these guys' names, I'm sorry. Arnold to the Vikings now. Broncos, God. Now, if the Broncos want a quarterback, they're going to have to jump the Vikings if they want JJ. They want Drake May. They have to make a trade with the Patriots. The Broncos can either go Penix, but I don't think Penix goes that high. The Broncos, I think they're better off if they're stuck at 12, booster their defense, either Arnold or Verse. But yeah, Arnold to the Broncos helps that secondary. You got him, Pat Surtain, both Alabama boys there for the Broncos. So Arnold, who the Broncos. Now this might get some flack, but we need to have a little shock factor. We're going to give the Raiders Michael Penix. Now, Michael Penix, in my honest opinion, I don't think he goes at 14. He's more of a late first type of guy. I mean, if the I've been hearing a lot of rumors about my Dolphins, a lot of analysts saying the Dolphins should probably consider it. I don't think it's going to happen, by the way. Maybe the Cowboys, maybe they want to move on for Dak because he's apparently a free agent. And then outside of that, there's really nobody. I think around 26 to 32 of Penix is still there. The Raiders could trade up. Maybe the Broncos trade up. I think later in the first is when Michael Penix. But for the Raiders, we're going to give him Michael Penix. He's had some interviews with the Raiders. So, yeah, we'll give him Michael Penix. I think he's not going to go 14. But for, to change it up a little bit, we'll give the Raiders Michael Penix. Next up, the Saints. We're going to give them a tackle in J.C. Latham. Saints kind of need tackle. Derek Carr did not look good last year. I know they have Ryan Ramczyk. I don't know who their left tackle is. Saints fans, let me know. But we're going to give Derek Carr some protection. You could argue maybe they should go receiver to also get help for Derek Carr. But we're going to give them Latham to help protect that line. Next up, a lot of rumors going around with this team and this certain player. We're going to give the Colts Brock Bowers. Now, I've been hearing rumors. The Colts are looking to trade up into like the top 10 or whatever, top 20. I don't know, not top 20, top 10 to draft Brock Bowers. Maybe they trade up with the Bears, like I mentioned. I do like Brock Bowers. I think he would be a great fit in that Colts offense. You got him, AR5, Pittman. Oh man, that Colts offense would look nasty. I do like Brock Bowers. I think he is the best tight end in the class. I don't know if he's worth a top 10 pick. If he's there at 15, I think the Colts will just turn that card in right away. But yeah, I like Brock Bowers, and I think he would be a good fit with that Colts team. Next up for the Seahawks, we get the Seahawks. We're gonna have them taking Jared Verse. Switch it up. We've been giving them a lot too. Seahawks needed kind of an edge rusher. Jared Verse, I think, might be better than last two right now. Down the line, I don't know. But I like Jared Verse. I think he had a really good year at Florida State. I think he was going to go to the Seahawks. Seahawks just hired Mike McDonald. He comes from the Ravens. Ravens had a lot of good edges last year, so he gets Jared Verse to come on that Seattle defense to help the edge out. We're gonna go Brian Thomas Jr. here for the Jaguars. Jaguars need receiver. They just lost Calvin Ridley. I don't know. They do have Kirk. I believe Christian Kirk still there. I mean, I don't know about Christian Kirk, but Brian Thomas Jr. won't be their number one right away, but he gets Trevor Lawrence some help at the receiver core. It's either receiver there. They just paid Josh Allen too. They just paid Josh Allen, so that's why I'm not going edge there. We're gonna give him a receiver, Brian Thomas Jr. We haven't had him fall, but we're gonna give him to the Jaguars this time around, and I think he could be a solid pickup for the Jaguars there and Trevor Lawrence. Bengals, Brian Murphy, we're giving them to the Bengals. We gave them in our last mock draft. Just gonna help the trenches there for the Bengals, get them some D-line pressure there. I mean, I really don't know what to say about Brian Murphy. I don't know much about him. I haven't watched much film on him. I just heard he's decent, or no, not decent, but good. I haven't watched a lot of Brian Murphy, so I can't really talk about him, but I think he could be a great D lineman there for the Bengals. Rams. We're giving them Keon Mitchell from Toledo. I do think he's going to go in the first round. I think he could go to the Raiders, honestly. I really like Q Mitchell. I don't know if he's the best corner in the class, but I do like him. I like this combine. I like his scouting report. He's really good, man. And the Rams secondary, I feel like they've been in the playoffs. I feel like that let them down in the playoffs. Now they add Q Mitchell. Gonna help that secondary nice for the Rams. Next up, the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're giving them Troy, whatever his name is. We're going to give him. They kind of need a tackle. We've been giving them Jackson Powers-Johnson, which I feel like is a Steelers type pick, but they kind of need help at the tackle position. So why not give them Mr. Troy? Get Russell Wilson some protection, so we can let Russ cook over there in Pittsburgh, huh? Like that? You like that? Next up, my Miami Dolphins. Now we're going to spend some time on this because I know more about this team than all 30 other teams. I swear to God, man. When you're watching a live stream, if the Dolphins announce Xavier Worthy or another receiver, Brian Thomas Jr., Adrian Mitchell, Keon Coleman, if the Dolphins draft a receiver here at number 21, you want to be in the live stream because I'm going to lose it, brother. I'm going to lose my mind if they draft a receiver. Dolphins don't need a receiver. We can get one later if we need a third receiver. Stop, Dolphins fans. We don't need a receiver. We need a tackle because Teron Armstead and Kendall Lamb, I think, are both. Kendall Lamb's definitely retiring after this year. Teron Armstead's probably going to retire after this year. We need a tackle. We need a tackle. If Troy's there, take him. He's not this time around. Take a tackle. Or trade down and get a tackle. Okay? If we're not trading down, obviously no trades, but I wouldn't hate, again, if the Dolphins draft the receiver, I'm going to lose it. Any other position out, a cornerback, I will lose it too. If they draft a cornerback, cornerback receiver, I'm going to lose it on the live stream because we don't need a receiver or a cornerback. I do like any other position. I'm fine. Tackle, guard, center, tight end of Brock Bowers there. Versus running back, I'll lose it. Quarterback, Michael Penix. I won't lose it as much if we draft Michael Penix because I'm not a big Tua believer. I'm not a big Tua guy. I do like Tua. I think he's a great player. If we draft Penix, I'm not going to be upset with it. But I don't, for this mock draft, okay, no Michael Penix, no receiver. We're giving us Latu. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. We're giving him to the Dolphins. Jalen Phillips had an ACL. Or not an ACL, Achilles injury. We don't know when he's going to be back. Same thing with Bradley Chubb. We don't know when he's going to be back. Drafting Latu gets him some playing time, gets him some reps. And who knows, maybe Latu can develop into a beast, and we can let Bradley Chubb go next year to save money there. So I like the Latu pick. Gets us some good depth there for our Miami Dolphins. Next up, the Eagles. Cooper DeJean. They need secondary help. So we've been giving them Kool-Aid McKinstry, which Howie Roseman likes his Bama and Georgia players. So, yeah. But this time around, Cooper DeJean, I really like Cooper DeJean. I think he is really good, man. He was really good at Iowa this past year. We'll see what he can do in the NFL, man. Next up, the Vikings. We're giving them Nate Wiggins. I think he can, Vikings kind of need help in that secondary. They just, they kind of need help in that secondary, man. So we're going to give them Nate Wiggins, which we did. I believe we did give him in our last mock draft. So Nate Wiggins gets the Vikings some secondary help. The Dallas Cowboys are up. We have them taking Jackson Powers-Johnson. I feel like that's such a Cowboys pick too. Everyone saw a whole high on Jackson Powers-Johnson. Cowboys kind of need some help in that interior as well as the tackles. Tyler B from Wisconsin, I believe he signed with the Commanders this past offseason. So Jackson Powers-Johnson could be their center. Maybe they move him the guard. Maybe they tackle. I don't know. Cowboys just need help in the interior. So we'll give them Jackson Powers-Johnson. Packers need some help at tackle. They just released David Bakhtiari. We're giving them Amarius Mims to help fill that role there for the Packers. Mims goes in there, replaces Bakhtiari. There you go. The Buccaneers, we're giving them Graham Barton. Give them some help in that interior. Get Baker Mayfield some protection. We did give them Graham Barton to the Bucs. Our first mock draft, Ryan Jensen, I believe he retired. I don't know if it was this past year or a couple years ago. I don't know who their guards are in Tampa, but Graham Barton, Dolphin fans are high on him. I like Graham Barton too, kind of. I wouldn't be mad if the Dolphins take him. But we're going to give him to the Buccaneers there. Next up, the Cardinals, who we've been given Who I wouldn't be mad at the Dolphins take. We're giving them Jarzon Newton. Get the Cardinals some D line help there. Cardinals need pretty much everything, it seems. Now they get Newton, get some D line help. They got Marvin Harris Jr., got some receiver help. Cardinals could be a little nasty next year, huh? Maybe. I don't know. Bills, Edion Mitchell. They need a receiver. Maybe they don't need a receiver. Maybe I'm smoking crack, Bills fans. But yeah, they just lost Diggs, and I feel like they're going to need a receiver. Kyle Brennan said Edion Mitchell or Keon Coleman, and he said Edion Mitchell would be the better fit. I agree. As a Dolphins fans, I hope he's not a good fit. I'm sorry, Bills fans. I'm a Dolphins fan. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? But if I'm being realistic, Edion Mitchell, Josh Allen, nasty combination there. And yeah, Bills need a receiver. We're going to give them Adion Mitchell. The Detroit Lions, we're going to give them Kool-Aid McKinstry. They kind of need help in the secondary, I think, right? Lions fans, let me know down below. Yeah, I like Kool-Aid McKinstry. He goes to the Detroit Lions, gets in that secondary, and gives them help. Back to the Ravens. We've been giving them receiver, I think, every mock draft. I'm just going to keep the train going. We're giving them Keon Coleman. I like Keon Coleman. I think he's honestly a good fit for the Ravens. Yeah, I like Keon Coleman, man. I think he could be the best receiver in the class about it. I like Keon Coleman. He had a really good year at Florida State. Yeah, Keon Coleman to Ravens. Lamar Jackson gets another weapon over there. The Niners, we've been giving them Jordan Morgan. We're going to keep that train. I really like Jordan Morgan a lot. I wouldn't be mad if my Dolphins take him. But, yeah, we're going to give Jordan Morgan to the Niners. And then our final one, we've been giving them a receiver pretty much every mock draft. Patty Mahomes is going to get some help. We're going to give them Xavier Worthy. The Rashid Rice situation, again, I'm not going to talk about as much because I don't know about the situation. I'm going to let that be up to the media and the journalists. Just again, I hope everyone's okay in that situation. But again, I'm not going to talk about it. But if, let's say, Rashid Rice goes to jail or whatnot or gets suspended, Xavier Worthy, Patty Mahomes, the guy who broke the 40 record with Patty Mahomes, the NFL will need to be put on notice, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, the Chiefs also need help at receiver too. Even if they have Rashid Rice, I mean, this receiver class is loaded too. Tony, we don't know what's going on with him. I don't know what's going on with him over there in KC. You also have Marlon Valles-Scantling, who got released. You still have Mecole Hardman. You now add Xavier Worthy into that mix. The Chiefs would be loaded. And yeah, Chiefs, defending champs, maybe three-peat incoming. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is my mock draft 3.0. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, let me know down below. What does your team need? Who do you hope your team drafts? Man, let me know all that down below. And I'm going to get out of here. Hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next edition of the Greg Sports Podcast. Have a great day and peace.